Am I the asshole for driving my daughter away from a teaching career? My wife is an anesthesiologist, and I am an interventional cardiologist. As a result, all three of my children 25F, 21F, 17F, grew up extremely privileged. Being born when we were both established already, they have never seen what life is like under a family income of $800,000. My eldest two children are both planning on following in our footsteps and are planning on pursuing medicine. My youngest is in the process of looking at colleges and has recently become very passionate about pursuing a teaching career. My Sil is a high school science teacher, and the two of them have been spending a lot of time talking about the career. I want to be clear. I have the utmost respect for the profession and the people who choose to dedicate their time to helping educate the future. However, I was concerned that my daughter has never really thought through the financial realities of the profession. My Sil is married to a very successful lawyer, so my daughter hasn't been exposed to the lifestyle of the average educator. I don't think money is everything, but my youngest daughter's hobbies are skiing and horseback riding. She loves to shop and loves designer clothing. So last week, I sat her down and went through our family financials. I even contextualized it and explained how much cheaper certain items could be if we chose to make more economical choices. She is now much more hesitant in commit to teaching, and my Sil thinks I'm a massive asshole. I'm being accused to destroying her dreams and stepping on her passions. I don't want to push her into medicine if she doesn't care for it, that neither good for her, her future mentors, or her future patients. I'm also not telling her not to pursue teaching. I just think she should understand the implications of living off of a 1/20th of the income. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. You're right, your family is very privileged in the financial realm, and going over that with your daughter so that she can make the most well-informed choices for herself going forward is being a responsible parent. Too many kids go into college expecting to come out with a glorious lifestyle, without fully comprehending how much time, effort and income their desired lifestyle actually requires. So showing her exactly what your family makes for income and how you're choosing to spend it, and where changes could be made if it was needed, is Finances 101 and will definitely help her avoid debt and other financial decisions that could cause her serious challenge down the road. Not the asshole. You're preparing her for the reality that she is going to face after college. You are literally teaching her budgeting. You did not say, don't pursue teaching, you just taught her about what different salaries can buy. If she isn't prepared to deal with the lifestyle it comes with, she shouldn't be a teacher. Honestly, it seems like this was the most responsible course of action for both of you. Nah, you're doing a good job by going over budgeting and finance stuff with your daughter, and showing her the realities of a $40,000 a year job as contrasted with a $400,000 job. Absolutely NTA, your Sil is extolling the virtues of her profession, which she loves. It's an honorable and admirable profession. Definitely NTA, your daughter is a passionate teenager. Certainly NTA sounds like a good, healthy family to me. If you explained the reality to her as you stated it, then I see nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with talking about finances, especially when she is about to commit to a substantial money investment into her future education in that direction. What did Sil say? She should just live off sunshine and passion. And marry rich? Not the asshole. Nah, but be careful here. She's 17, she hasn't established herself as an adult and hasn't begun to figure out what kind of lifestyle she would be happy with. She is obviously familiar with the lifestyle that your income level supports, but there's a 50-50 chance that she won't be happy living this lifestyle 10+ years from now. Many middle-class families live happily with a much less expensive lifestyle. You owed it to her to have that conversation, now let her decide from here. If she chooses to carve out her own path and you constantly inject your opinion, she will think of you as an asshole for the rest of her and your lifetimes. Jessica Day. It's actually utmost. Nick Miller. Utmost. That's silly. What's a newt? Now that I got that out of the way, I say not the asshole. Honestly, you're doing more than most college counselors and advisors are doing to help students figure out their career and academic goals. My college counselor literally handed me a list of schools that might interest me, and that was the extent of my bright future discussion. It's good that she has a better idea of the income and what it takes to be a teacher so that she can determine if it's actually right for her. That's what every kid should be doing before making such big decisions. Not the asshole. In fact, I'd say your Sil is the asshole for not going into this with her while discussing it with her. It's all well and good to be passionate about something, but let her go into her passion with full knowledge of what she's getting herself into. How many people have gone to college with expectations only to be spit out into the real world with their dreams dashed? Not the asshole. Teaching her about the realities of any profession is good, but you should also teach her about the positives and negatives of other careers. Every career comes with some sort of sacrifice, be it money, time, control over where one lives, etc. Giving her a full picture of what her life could be on a variety of career may be helpful. Not the asshole. You gave her the full scope of what to expect compared to her current accustomed lifestyle if she decided a career as teacher. Your intention was to be informative, not discouraging. More parents need to have these kind of conversations and the financial impact of each respective job. It'd be naive to say finances should not play a factor into deciding a career, but the truth is certain lifestyles is achieved with money. Nothing wrong with being financially motivated while pursuing a specific career. Your Sil needs to butt out. Info. When you were talking with her, did you say anything denigrating her choice or pushing her towards a career you'd like better? Or did you keep the conversation focused on financials? Not the asshole. If her passions can't survive the thought of making economical choices, they aren't passions so much as whims. That being said, I hope you're showing her more options than doctor or bust. Not the asshole. Simply doing your job as a parent, whereas the science teacher was withholding vital truths about the professional reality. Interesting. My wife and I both teach. We've managed to travel the country with our 2 boys. They've been to 31 MLB stadiums. They played sports for 14 years and are attending college. We own our own home and cars. We managed to keep them clothed and fed all the while having money to spend on ourselves. I drive a Lincoln and wear a Rolex. I'm not bragging, just stating facts. It's sad so many people think there's not a living to be made teaching. I understand your concern and don't fault you for it one bit. Let her figure it out for herself. Info. That's a lot of money. But you're not going to leave your kids any inheritance or give them any financial assistance? Teachers don't become teachers because of the money. Oftentimes they become teachers in spite of it because they want to help people. That being said, your family is very privileged. I am not saying this in a judgmental way, it's just a fact. With that, shouldn't you take advantage of said privilege by making things financially easier for your kids so they can pursue their dreams? Especially in a case like this where your daughter wants to go into what's regarded as a pretty selfless profession. I think you'd be an asshole if you didn't do this. No assholes here. You are providing very valuable educational advice, even as very materialistic. However, if you are from a very high socioeconomic background, you should know that there are some very rich teachers, as teaching is a profession that offers very good work schedules for the wives of some career-driven, 70 hours of work a week professionals. NTA. You're showing her a harsh reality of the world. You'd be doing her a disservice not telling her the reality of what her income would be. Skiing and horseback riding are expensive hobbies. Nah. She should be made aware of her privileged lifestyle and fully understand the concept of money, but other than a few career choices, she will be making significantly less than you all do. At least let her choose one that she's passionate about. Enjoying what you spend majority of your life doing is important. She'll just have to learn how to live an average lifestyle. You are the asshole for raising your kids with so much privilege that you don't think they could be happy without it. Isn't the point to raise good people who put good into the world? I'm glad your daughter wants to do that as a teacher. Who knows, maybe she'll give up her expensive hobbies and designer clothes. Because you don't actually need that shit to be happy, you need fulfillment, which your daughter seems to be striving for in a way that you can't comprehend because money, money, money. You are the asshole because this is something you should have taught your daughter before she shared her career aspirations with you. Your inability to foreshadow your kids not wanting to pursue such luxurious careers such as you and your wife's resulted in you needing to discuss this with her after she stated her career interests. Quite frankly, it seemed long overdue, and perhaps you overspoiled your children and didn't properly prepare them for their lives post-graduation. If done earlier, not the asshole. Timing made Utah. Not the asshole. She lives a very privileged life and probably isn't even aware, which isn't her fault. If more people did honest research about the careers they wanted, there would be less impulsive decisions. Not the asshole. If your hobby's horseback riding and skiing, you should probably look for a career that pays accordingly. You are the asshole for raising your kids with so much privilege that you don't think they could be happy without it. Isn't the point to raise good people who put good into the world? I'm glad your daughter wants to do that as a teacher. Who knows, maybe she'll give up her expensive hobbies and designer clothes. Because you don't actually need that shit to be happy. You need fulfillment, which your daughter seems to be striving for in a way that you can't comprehend because money, money, money. I guess I get to be the black sheep of the Am I the Asshole subreddit. You are the asshole. You claim it isn't about prestige or money, but your post is about prestige and money. She may start as a teacher but work her way up the ladder to something with a higher pay grade. For example, in my area, reading specialists make $85,000 to $95K per year. It may not be your doctor's salary, but it is also easy for a single person to live on that income. Leave her alone and let her become whatever she wants. Obviously, she has a leg up with likely not being inundated with student loans like a regular student, but that doesn't mean you couldn't help her by suggesting she get a job or volunteer in a classroom. Maybe the better choice would be to help her learn how to budget and live within her means. Just a thought. Not the asshole. You didn't tell her she couldn't go into that career, you laid out her spending versus expected wage. Not the asshole. My mom was your daughter and became a teacher. She could never afford the lifestyle she wanted, coincidentally including skiing like your daughter. She expressed jealousy for her siblings who made more money. She relied on some money from her parents every year. She married a guy in part for money and security, and was unhappy with him. One time I expressed that I might want to be a teacher and she told me hell no. They just don't pay you well enough for the stress it causes. Nah, you gave her something to think about regarding her potentially chosen career, and that made her realize that she would have to sacrifice her lifestyle to follow this career choice. This is what a good parent would do. I hope she does what makes her happy though. Teaching can be a really rewarding career. I guess nah. But really, she's 17, she should have already been taught that her family is a wealthy, privileged one. And that she can have a happy, successful life without pulling in a few $100,000 a year. Not the asshole. I say that as someone who left teaching because the pay was so bad I could not live on it. She needs the facts on how difficult it is, what the financial reality is. An absurdly high number of teachers don't last more than a year when they hit the reality of the classroom. She may still choose it, but she will do so fully informed of what it means. Actually, I'm going to go against popular opinion and say yes, you are the asshole. Yes, it's a good thing to teach about budgeting, etc., but if you do that through invalidating her desires for her own path in her own life, then what really do you think she got out of the conversation? It's her life, and as a parent you should be supporting her as she learns to navigate it. She could learn more about finances and budgeting through experience while she does something that enriches her soul and gives back to the community. What's worse for her, doing something she loves and living modestly for a while as she works her way up the ladder, or being stuck doing something half-heartedly her whole life and knowing that her dreams aren't supported? What is your money for if not to help yourself and your family achieve self-actualization? Fulfillment of dreams and being the best you can be? You could buy her a property? Or give her a down payment at least. You could subsidize her income? You could gift her holidays? Pay for her education, etc. She is privileged. I don't see why her wanting to go into a giving profession like teaching has to be dissuaded because she'll make less money. She can still have money. Damn. Rich people. SMH. I guess I get to be the black sheep of the Am I the Asshole subreddit. You are the asshole. You claim it isn't about prestige or money, but your post is about prestige and money. She may start as a teacher but work her way up the ladder to something with a higher pay grade. For example, in my area, reading specialists make $85,000 to $95K per year. It may not be your doctor's salary, but it is also easy for a single person to live on that income. Leave her alone and let her become whatever she wants. Obviously, she has a leg up with likely not being inundated with student loans like a regular student, but that doesn't mean you couldn't help her by suggesting she get a job or volunteer in a classroom. Maybe the better choice would be to help her learn how to budget and live within her means. Just a thought. Holy fucking shit, you are the asshole. Over and over again. That's a poor person's job. Sweetie, we're better than that. Yes and no, I mean I know what getting at money-wise, but money isn't everything and it might be a shocker for her, but if she want to teach you should support here, not make her think money makes you happy. No assholes here. While dreams are important, she would be miserable and making an uninformed choice about her career. I understand that your Sil feels you've put her off, but your daughter will probably be happier in the long run. Nah. You're helping to recognize her privileges before she enters the workforce so she can make decisions based on what kind of life she wants to lead. Teaching is a wonderful profession, but like you said, it doesn't exactly lend itself to supporting a lifestyle of designer clothes and horseback riding. Not that she can't give those up to pursue her passion, but she should be aware she very likely will have to. Nah, teaching is a really tough job. She needs to know the realities. No assholes here. Your title was deceiving though. It sounds like all you did was present the financial realities of her options so she could make an informed decision about her career. Maybe she will decide to forego some luxuries in favor of a teaching position. If you really leaned into pressuring her away from that, then you would be But good on you for making sure she's informed on a big decision. Not the asshole. I grew up poor, so it's easy to be poor. By which I mean, it's easy to live within my means because I never developed expensive tastes. It's still hard to save for retirement, and it's easy to skip out on the things poor people skip out on, like dental care. I feel like it would be much harder to learn to live without. I decided to go back to school because $35,000 just doesn't cut it these days. But let me tell you, going back to student life when you used to be able to afford takeout and small purchases is harsh. You are the asshole for raising your kids with so much privilege that you don't think they could be happy without it. Isn't the point to raise good people who put good into the world? I'm glad your daughter wants to do that as a teacher. Who knows, maybe she'll give up her expensive hobbies and designer clothes. Because you don't actually need that shit to be happy, you need fulfillment, which your daughter seems to be striving for in a way that you can't comprehend because money. Not the asshole, you didn't lie to her. Not the asshole teacher here. Frankly, you'd have been the not to have had this convo with your daughter. Your sister is in an unusually privileged position for a teacher. There is a reason we had walkouts a couple years back. I live in one of those states. Financial realities need to be part of life decisions. You are the asshole because this is something you should have taught your daughter before she shared her career aspirations with you. Your inability to foreshadow your kids not wanting to pursue such luxurious careers such as you and your wife's resulted in you needing to discuss this with her while after she stated her interests and aspirations. Quite frankly, it seemed long overdue, and perhaps you overspoiled your children and didn't properly prepare them for their lives post-graduation. If done earlier, not the asshole, timing made you I'm a teacher. Yes, we don't make a lot, but to persuade people not to based off that is ludicrous. I also come from a comfortable family and I am able to keep up some of my lifestyle. I'd rather do what I enjoy than make a ton of money and be unhappy. So yes, you are the asshole. Not the asshole. In fact, I would say that you're a model father for explaining the reality so clearly to your daughter. Just imagine, it's 10 years later, she sees her own lifestyle in comparison to her past and her sister's present. Imagine the pain she'll go through. She'll surely blame you for not guiding her properly at a critical time. So yeah, you're not the asshole at all, ignore your Sil. Not the asshole. I'm 14 years into a career in teaching and I make about $47,000 a year. I'm constantly playing catch up with my finances as a single parent on this income level. Financial stress has made me come to hate a job I once loved very much. I guess I get to be the black sheep of the Am I the Asshole subreddit. You are the asshole. You claim it isn't about prestige or money, but your post is about prestige and money. She may start as a teacher but work her way up the ladder to something with a higher pay grade. For example, in my area, reading specialists make $85,000 to $95K per year. It may not be your doctor's salary, but it is also easy for a single person to live on that income. Leave her alone and let her become whatever she wants. Obviously, she has a leg up with likely not being inundated with student loans like a regular student, but that doesn't mean you couldn't help her by suggesting she get a job or volunteer in a classroom. Maybe the better choice would be to help her learn how to budget and live within her means. Just a thought. Not the asshole. I'm a female. I'm a chef. I've been one for 30 years. I tell anyone I meet how hard and shitty this career is. And I've had a good career. Got to travel, cook for famous people, pretty much it's been awesome. Until a freak accident ended it. I still lay it out. Long hours. Low pay. Working all shifts, weekends and holidays. I suggest you get her to tutor, volunteer to help others with learning. No assholes here, you mean well and you laid out facts. That's a good thing, not an asshole move. But teachers aren't exactly impoverished. In my district, which has a moderate call, they made $60,000 average. It's a reasonable salary that she could live on, with summers free to ride horses. You could gift her winter ski trips with family. Yes, let her follow her dreams, you asshole.